What's up, everyone? Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Go ahead and do it real quick. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Come on. Hit that like button. All right, so this video comes from Kendra G. This dude is 6'5". He says he owns his own business. He doesn't have any kids. But viewing little snippets of this looked very interesting. So let's get right into it.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
I like less distractions too, as well. It helps people succeed in life. Myself succeed in life to make it personal.
Oh, okay. So you're calling from Evansville, Indiana?
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
29. Do you have any kids?
I don't.
No kids. What do you do for a living, Donovan?
I am a multimedia consultant.
Multimedia consultant. All right. When's your birthday or zodiac sign?
I'm a Pisces.
He's a
Pisces.
Okay, one of the things that I just don't really understand is, people who are really serious about dating and relationships, why does baseless zodiac astrology sign mean anything to you? They're not backed by anything. Why do you keep mentioning it? And I noticed that this is a huge problem in the black community. It's a huge problem. You have a lot of people, women in particular, they use zodiac signs to judge men, but let's continue.
Pisces. This is Donovan in Evansville. Is it Evansville?
Evansville, Indiana, yes.
Okay. 29, no kids. He's a Pisces, a multimedia consultant. What kind of woman are you looking for?
So I don't have a race. I don't have a race purpose. But I'll just leave it there, okay?
So you date white women?
I do date. Okay. I would like a queen, but I don't prefer any woman. I am a Christian.
Do you consider only black women queens? So I can be clear.
No, I don't. But when I say queens, I do specifically.
You mean black women? It's fine to say that. It's perfectly fine to say that. That's where a lot of that derived from. We're not referring to a monarch. We're referring to black women because black women typically refer to themselves as queens and goddesses and divas and bad B words and all of this other stuff. So it's fine to say that. So let's continue.
Mean? I like your challenging question, okay?
It's not a challenging question. It's a very easy, straightforward question. Do you refer to black women as queens? Yes, because you just did.
I'll say I consider women as black, the color black or nationality as a queen. I don't call them bitches or anything outside of their names. That's what I mean by that, okay? So I don't think they're the only ones that are considered.
One of the things, I'm going to let this play for a little bit, but I want to get my... So this guy is quite socially awkward. You could tell he has issues being in relationships. So for him, it's going to be difficult dating anyone.
As queens, but I'll just say when I refer to queens in our culture, they're black. So
okay, all right, continue.
And so I do prefer Christian.
Why does Kendra G look like she's getting ready to bust out laughing? Kendra G, you better stop it. Stop it.
Woman, but I'm open to anyone, to any woman.
So you brought up race. Have you ever dated women other than black women?
I have.
Okay, so that's why you say you're open to all races.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
In the time that we live in, I have to make sure that's clear too, because we have a lot of racism going on and prejudice going on. So I like to make sure I'm clearly everyone's clearly represented in this conversation.
Hey. You can slang and bang whoever you want, man. It doesn't mean you're a racist.
Okay. All right.
It just means, see, me, I don't discriminate, right? I don't discriminate. We don't discriminate here, okay?
He is open to the reading rainbow, y'all. It's all good. It is all good, babe. What's deal breakers for you?
Bro, he didn't got on the show.
I would prefer she
Yes,
carries
he got
herself.
on the show. Who was that in the background?
He got on the show.
This is my cousin. I just got done with my haircut at my barber, and so I'm headed to a dinner at this moment shortly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you. So the question is, what are some deal breakers for you?
Okay. So I do want a woman that carries herself like myself, but I do value respect. And I value respect because it's my upbringing. So I want to always respect myself, but I also want a woman to respect herself as well.
Wow, he's so nervous. Wow.
Okay. You always want to respect yourself, but you want woman to respect herself as well. Okay. Does she have kids?
I don't mind.
Okay. Do you want kids?
I do.
Okay. Does she have to be in Evansville, Indiana? Leave him alone while he's on the show. Tell him to leave you alone.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Man.
Take your dreadhead somewhere else. We just had this conversation earlier about being stepdad and things. So yeah.
I would have loved to be part of that conversation. This dude is on YouTube openly volunteering to be a stepdad. Ladies, here's your guy right here. He's volunteering to be a stepfather.
Okay. He's been wanting to get on this show too because obviously he wants to talk and not me. So, get to stepping. All right. Sorry.
Okay. You said the woman can't have kids, correct?
Yes. She can have kids. Preferably, I would say I like this. I'm not for sure how to word this, and I want to be straightforward, but not to be offensive.
No, it's okay to be straightforward. Okay, you can't control how people feel. So you can share what you want.
Sometimes when it comes to stepkids, there are different standards and boundaries you don't want to cross as a stepfather or another man in a relationship. And so I always like to respect another.
Here's an idea. Don't deal with them. How about that? Don't deal with them.
Man's rights to their child, as well as respect the rules that parents have when there are other kids involved in a relationship.
Right.
That makes sense. Co-parenting situation.
I'm sorry. So, I mean, this guy, unfortunately, I bet you this guy has a heart of gold, but, a woman that get with him, she's probably going to run all over him. Like, for real. He shows all the hallmarks of that.
It makes a lot of sense. I bring this up often when I ask women with kids because men like yourself who comes across very respectable and I think is a good man, that is a question that they ask when raising somebody else's kids, the rules of engagement of that house. So I'm actually happy that you brought that up, Donovan. Donovan, what's the age range you want to date?
I would say 26 to 35. And sorry for saying we're not supposed to use those in conversations. That's not actually.
It's okay though.
Yeah,
We're
it's
just
okay,
having
bro.
a casual conversation, so it's okay. I swear in conversations, you probably shouldn't do that either. I want to go back to your Christianity. Are you waiting for marriage to have sex?
I would rather wait till marriage to have sex. Yes.
Well, let me jump off in that question. You don't have to answer this question. But when's the last time you was intimate with a woman?
You hear his cousins in the background. They say, uh-oh. Look at Kendra G's face. Look at her face. Oh, he just looks flabbergasted. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all ready? Here we go.
I would say when I'm saying I would wait to have sex before marriage, I wouldn't consider intimate because, and I guess, what is your defining terminology of intimacy?
When's the last time you put your penis inside of a vagina?
Never.
Oh, she's enjoying this too much. She is just enjoying this too much. Look at that face. She is just having way too much fun. And you see how blunt she was? She was like, when was the last time you put your penis inside of a vagina? Very blunt to the point. She wasn't like, oh, when did you, just, get to the point,
Never.
Okay. So you're a virgin?
Yes.
Okay. So when you were
Damn.
dating in the past, you were just dating, courting to get to know women?
Yes.
Okay.
So he's the type of guy where a woman would have him take them on a date, buy them a bunch of stuff, and then use them, and then kick them to the curb. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like I said, this guy right here probably has a heart of gold, but I can see it now. It's just.
Are you holding on to your virginity until your wedding night?
Yes.
Okay, I can respect that. So any woman has to sign up for that?
We have to agree. Yes.
We have to agree. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Donovan, this is Donovan, Evansville, Indiana. He has no kids. He's okay with you having kids. He's a multimedia consultant, Pisces, 29. When was your last relationship?
2019.
Okay. And you already answered the other question. So, Donovan, does a woman have to look a certain way?
I would love for her to carry herself. Of course, I would want a beautiful woman. And then also would want her to value respect, as I would value respect. So, Monique mentioned in an interview about.
Did he say Monique? Like the comedian Monique? I don't know if she's probably the person you should be taking love advice from, but okay, we'll continue.
How black women, or just women in general, to value their esteem levels don't just act like you're going outside like you just woke up. Okay. And so when I say that, a lot of and not to pick on women, okay, I'd like to balance this conversation out. We don't want to walk outside like we just woke up out of bed. So I want to make sure that we carry respect and have a high self-esteem.
And that's probably mainly goes to you bonnet bangers out there,
I have self-dignity. And while we're talking, I'm hearing a little bit of distract.
Too much stuff, not enough space, and no time to deal with it. Look no further than.
Hello?
Conversations going on. But can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Okay, awesome. But I just want my woman, or the woman that's next in line, to carry herself with ice.
So let's be clear. For those who don't know what Monique said, he's talking about when she made the comment about black women wearing bonnets outside the house.
Yeah. I figured that was it. Yeah. Those bonnet bangers. Back at it again.
Talking about?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't want a woman that would wear a bonnet outside the house, or a woman that would wear pajamas outside the house?
Yes.
Yeah, it's very, very sloppy. Very sloppy.
Yes.
Okay. So you just want her to be presentable
and lazy,
according to your standards when she leaves the home.
Right. But
okay,
it would be according to both of our standards. We want to make sure we're in agreement together. It's not about what I want,
No, it should be about what you want. Okay, you're the buyer. It should be about what you want. Don't be afraid to say it. It's perfectly fine. It's about what you want. Remember, you're the buyer. You're the buyer.
About the relationship and respecting the relationship as together. But I would say, according to standards that I just spoke on, that's one of the standards. But
that's one of the standards.
Yes, we would find that out in the dating process as well. So,
could you imagine the time bringing this guy to Vegas and getting him drunk? Oh man, taking him to a strip club and everything. Oh, he'll have the time of his life.
Okay, fair enough. Donovan, does she have to make a certain amount of money?
No.
You don't care about that?
So that would come with the relationship continues, but I hopefully she would be working and making progress in self. Progress.
Okay, making progress itself.
Yeah.
Donovan.
So,
all right.
And when I say that is, oh yeah.
Okay. No, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I believe that it's first a man's responsibility to make sure that he can take care of his woman. Okay. it would be my responsibility to make sure I can take care of a woman and a family. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that it's all right for a woman just to sit on her butt. I'm saying that there's a balance in the
You
relationship.
said but. You should have said tushy. Uh-oh. You're not supposed to say but. Uh-oh.
Okay. And where that balance comes is I'm not focused on how much a woman can give me at the beginning. I should be focused on what we're going to be able to give in the relationship to balance it out. It does involve money.
There's no such thing. And when you're in a relationship, you'll come to realize that there's just no such thing. Women just consume more. They're the highest consumers of the world. So you're going to be working your butt off for the two of you. It's not just going to, there's no such thing as equality in a relationship. There's just not. If you break everything down and dissect everything, there's just not. Okay?
And that's one most important thing that's happening with divorces in America or around the country, actually around the world, finances. Both parties have to be set in finances because we're not going to be talking about a wedding before we have finances to even fund a wedding. Okay. So, I mean, it's an important.
You don't need a lot of money to fund a wedding. All you got to do is go to Vegas or whatever. You pay $200-$300. You go get your marriage certificate, and there you go. You call it a day. It doesn't cost a lot. You go buy a couple of cheap rings. Money shouldn't be a question if the two of you are really in love with each other. None of that would matter. And if you really did it right, you would save your money instead of trying to get involved with a lavish wedding. You would save your money and put that towards a home because that's everlasting.
It's important, but that's not the first thing I'm looking at.
Okay.
That's not the first thing I value in a relationship.
Okay. All right. Listen, this is Donovan in Evansville, Indiana, 29, no kids, multimedia consultant, a Pisces, so date 26 to 35.
And I might add, this guy is willing to take on another man's kids. Ladies, y'all better call him. Y'all better hit him up on Instagram or something, because men like this that openly admit that they're willing to do this, I'm only saying.
He is not having sex until his wedding night, so you have to respect that. Last two questions out of it. Why do you think you're single?
I run two businesses, and I work on making sure I have all of my priorities in line before I'm focused on a relationship that may add on to my priorities. And I'm not just wanting to go out here whoring around. There's a lot of whoremongers out there and whores out there, and that's not me.
What's a whore, Donovan, to you?
Well, a whore is a person.
Kendra Dree got super offended by that. She's like, wait, what?
Well, if you define it, a whore is someone that's going out there just jumping in anything and everything and getting themselves in mess that they shouldn't be. If you don't have your own priorities or your own goals met or visions met before you start dating, I mean, you got to level up and grow up in this thing. So that's one thing I look at with self respect in myself. I value my priorities. I value and respect women. And I wouldn't want to have my priorities everywhere before I can be able to take care of a woman and the children that may come in the relationship or our children.
I'm sorry. The people in the background making the noise, they are killing me. They are killing me. All right. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Donovan, you were walking earlier. I don't normally ask guys their height, but you seem pretty tall. How tall are you?
I'm 6'5".
6'5". Wow.
Yes.
Let me say this. Donovan, you essentially are what a lot of women on my show request. A guy that is tall, a Christian, God-fearing man. He has no kids. He wants to build a legacy with the woman. He's not going to be out here having sex with a lot of different women. He's been able to show control and that accord. Hey, friend.
What's up, Miss Kendra?
How you doing, baby boy?
We're doing
It's about Donovan right now, though, okay? we'll get you next up. So, Donovan, last question. Why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
First of all, I value respect. I value love, and love comes with priorities, and love comes with valuing her at the highest, taking her and making her my queen. And as I defined, queen can be
Queen of Kings, huh?
any race, but I did specifically say when I said I
You
value
don't
time,
believe that shit.
okay, and I value a balance in a relationship. I believe that we all should, in a relationship, I believe myself. If I'm working, I believe my woman should work. If I'm cooking, cleaning, and things, a woman, a woman's job is not to cook, clean, is not to just cook and clean and things. It's men and women's jobs, and so I believe there's balance in relationships.
So what are you going to do, Donovan? You know, if you're working and running your two businesses and you come home, are you, you know, from a stressful, long 18-hour day, you're not going to want a home cooked meal ready for you? Huh? You out here working 6, 7 days a week, putting in them hours, you know, keeping that stability, keeping that foundation. You ready to come home and start cutting and dicing onions and bell pepper and all of that and sauteing and spending the next 30, 40 minutes, an hour cooking? You really ready to do that after a long day, or you want to eat and go to bed?
Relationships, I believe there's goals that can be met on both sides of the relationship, and so that's why a woman should. That's why I actually would be a good fit for any woman that's looking for myself, or I'm actually looking for a woman. Is anything that's valuing time and taking time too. Okay, we don't want to rush in the bed before we know what we both have in common on finances or what our priorities are in life and vision and goals in life. And so I value vision, goals, time. Investing is one thing I love to do, not spending.
Okay, so I'm going to leave it right here. I'm going to leave the link to the original video in the description. This was a very interesting video. I thought I would share it with you all. Again, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And until the next time, peace.